From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. It disgusted me.
Anyways, I've been making music for... Oh god. And I don't know anything about sound design, which means I've been procrastinating learning it for... Oh god. In preparation for this very Nah, I'm kidding. I don't know, man. I'm a simple guy. Doing this makes sense to me. The fuck is this? I wanted to know. So I set out to learn sound design in 30 days, dedicating an hour a day to it. But I only managed that for a week, so that's what we've got. So if you're starting from zero with sound design, congrats. That's me right now. And if starting it scares you... Sorry, that's why I'm here. To share. So welcome to the public humiliation ritual, where I get to show you how in 7 days I went from this to this. So what is sound design? I don't know. Let me Google it. Bro, fuck AI overviews, man. God damn it. I want to ascertain information for myself. So sound design is the art and practice of creating auditory elements of media, but it can also involve creating sounds from scratch through synthesizers. That's what I want. So like synth design, I guess. And for that, we should probably look at a synthesizer. So what is the best synthesizer? I don't know. Let me DuckDuckGo it. Arturia Pigments. Alrighty then. Oh, mamma mia. No. Free. Alrighty guys, we're going with Vital. I don't think it really matters. Like, this isn't a Vital tutorial. It might be vital to learning synths. Where. I don't know. This is more about the process of learning sound design. And now, why do I want to learn sound design? Fuck, sorry officer, I didn't realize this was an interrogation. I think I've answered the big questions. Don't really have a direction, but we'll see. Good place to start is downloading it, and then just getting right into it, I guess.
Legit plugins. Don't really know what I'm insinuating by naming it that. Of course, all my plugins are legit. In progress beat, don't judge.
I said don't judge. You know what? I'm cutting it here, okay? I couldn't even tell you what was going on. I didn't even know what was going on. And if I let the footage go on, no one's gonna go on. So after messing around with Vital, pressing random things, this is where I got the beat to before I just gave up. Yeah, after an hour of running my head into it, still not good. Aren't you glad I saved you from having to watch that and me having to edit it? I did have some moments where I figured out what knobs did what, but looking back on it, it was more like...
We have the arch.
The arch. The arch.
You guessed it.
The arch.
It goes in the square hole.
But yeah, it was hard bashing my head against a problem without knowing anything about it, let alone learning from that process. I mean, apart from its texture, bounciness, rigidity, stiffness. So for my second attempt, you know, I changed nothing about my approach and just started a new beat from scratch. If you want to see what this beat turns into, check out this video. But yeah, if I'm going to do the same thing again, might as well start.
Start with some MIDI, maybe. Apologies. I'll throw something in here. I know for this already, it's a sine, and you play it low. Is that anything? Do people have thoughts about that? I don't remember what ARPs sound like. I think they're fast and they go like dink, I think. Alright, Random Zoid. Appreciate the MIDI pack, brother. Don't mind if I take some drums. Shit moves to the vision. Close your eyes on the vision for just a second.
Shocker, right? I'm still not happy with this beat. I mean, I stole the MIDI and it still sounds like ass. The least I could do is not defile Ramzoid's MIDI, you know? In trying to learn sound design, bruh, you would think beating your head against this problem isn't helpful. And it isn't. That fall damage doing some work on my critical thinking skills. Probably more. But that's besides the point, okay? Beats are done. My hour for today is up. Got to sleep off the headache and, you know, come back at it with a brand new approach. And with all this slamming my head, you would think at this point I'd get amnesia. I started this sample thing. I thought it was like a pretty good way to practice, but I didn't record it because I was at work. Don't let them know, guys. Be cool, all right? Apologies to the stakeholders. But basically, I was just listening to the sample and just like trying to work it out with my own ear. They already had the MIDI, thank fuck. So I didn't have to do that, but compared to this. Oh, that is way worse than I remember. Fuck. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue doing this. I did not. I did think it was a cool bit of practice you could do. And if you didn't understand what I was explaining, I think I revisit the point. But for the rest of this, man, I thought I'd take a brand new approach. Just dive right into it. No knowledge needed. Why? When I have hubris and a will as indomitable as the wall, I'm kind of... Samples. I ain't on that shit. I'm on that sound design shit. Let's make a bass, boys. Nope. I think I lost it. I had it for a second. I was really cooking there for a second. Almost got me. But yeah, it's just a practice beat. And I didn't even end up doing the practice that I was so excited to show you guys. Anyways, I was trying to make this. Didn't really turn out that way. The beat turned out alright. I'll admit it. The most 5 out of 10 type beat. Co-worker's first beat type beat. Although if the stakeholders made it, it'd be 10 out of 10. Which is not the point. Okay? It sounding good is not the point. Because after making this, I still don't feel like I've learned anything. And if I've only come across this mediocre beat by process of sheer luck, determination, and slamming my head so hard into the program I get amnesia, and luck, and determination, is that really preferable to me beating my head into some videos about it? Perhaps a skim over some articles? A fucking precursory glance at the instruction manual? Okay, I've decided. I'm not making another beat until I understand the basics of what's happening here. Okay? The physics, how to do it, the history, etc. And I know I'm constructed alternatively. So how long that's gonna take me? Like 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. I took notes. 3 days. I watched videos. 3 days. Nothing but studying. I did the hard yakka, okay? And you know what? At the end of it, I was kind of proud. I learned what every knob in the program did. I digested the difference between AM, FM, subtractive, additive, harmonics. Hella cool shit, all right? I took notes. So I, full of the hubris of a man with notes, started making a beat using my newfound knowledge. And do you want to know how much of this shit I actually used? Nothing. Nada. I unga way more than you think I bunga, bro. I gotta do all the thinking way ahead. So let me save you from being chegged, okay? Fuck all this. I'm gonna give you the briefest summary, the most elementary understanding you actually need to get noises to come out of this thing, and then how to customize that noise. Or at least like poke it with a stick. I know this shit looks messed up. Don't worry, I was with you like 3 days ago. And you know what always seems to help me? Ignoring my issues. Or putting them into song. But let's do the first one first. That means we don't need this. Redact this like it's an Epstein file. Effects are... Effects? It's a mixer track. If you don't know what a mixer track is, just watch this video. So voice is the only window we're using today, which doesn't help because it's the most complicated window anyway, so what the fuck was all of that for? It's okay. It's alright, okay? There's layers to this shit. Like lasagna. And I'm a real G. I've been repressing and keeping silent on issues. Like lasagna. So we're gonna continue ignoring some of these knobs and we'll address the relevant ones in like layers, okay? Like lasagna. And sometimes I think a mnemonic device is helpful for understanding concepts like this. So let me introduce you to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Looks like a triangle. Layer 1, physiological needs. I'm gonna say the equivalent is like stuff that makes up our sound, the sources of our sound. And to make sound, let's make sure that we understand how sound works. So air jiggles, yeah, and then our brains interpret that movement as noise. And that movement of sound, we can see as a wave. We can see it here, we see it here, and oh, what do we have here? So it stands to reason that if I can use this knob to change the type of wave, and this one for the shape of the wave, it will change the sound. Makes sense, right? But oh no. Expand your mind, please. All right, these waves, they aren't just 2D lines. Imagine a wave at a beach, right? It's 3D, and that's all a wavetable is. It's just a 3D sound wave, and a slice of it gets you your wave. So if this knob changes which wave in the wavetable we're using, that's gonna change the sound. Basic stuff, level is the volume knob. Pan, so just left or right. Pitch, the left side is a whole semitones. So like a note on a keyboard, and the right is shifting cents, so whatever's in between those notes. And then filter, we'll get back to that in a second. Unison. So if we think of the sound we've made as selecting one wave and then playing that, unison adds more body to the sound by duplicating that wave and spreading it out. The methods of duplication, i.e. how many we duplicate and where we position those duplicates, all impact the sound. Finally, with phase, I don't have the words for what it does, but it makes the noise different too, so yeah. Like I said, a functional understanding. So all of this is in a neat little package called the oscillator, the sources of our sound. And we've got 3 here to make different sounds and to layer them. So let's review back to the filter. It's basically an EQ. There's 2 you can route the oscillator to. The first one, second one, ¿por qué no los dos? Lastly, on our first layer, envelopes, AD, SR, attack, decay, sustain, release, a whole bunch of words that basically mean fiddling with your volume at an individual note level. So when you press a note, attack is how fast the loudest part of the noise comes in, decay is how quickly it goes down after the initial tack, sustain is the volume the note takes if it is held, and release is how long it takes the note to fizzle out once you've let it go. So you've got 3 of these, and you can link it to any previous parameter we've talked about. Layer 2. Safety needs. I don't have a clever link for this. It's, the second layer is LFOs, okay? Low frequency oscillators. All this does is it'll just change the value of some knobs over time. It's just like automation. Let's think about this. So with all these knobs we have to change the sounds. We have these knobs that change those knobs that change the sound over time. You dig? That's all an LFO does. It changes the value of something over time. So you have 4 of them here, and you can drag and drop them onto any previous knobs or values, and it'll change according to the shape you've drawn out for the amount of time you've specified. And if you don't want it to follow a direct path you've drawn out, you just want some values to be randomized, that's where these 2 random raw XD knobs come in here. You can choose the randomness algorithm, its timing, etc. Layer 3, belongingness and love needs. You know, this is a cute one. Okay, I can do this. Belonging and love needs. You know, what's like a relationship, you know, between you and pressing the key. That's what this 3rd layer is, okay? The final layer impacts how our sound is actually played when we play it by MIDI or by hand. It's just our relationship to the instrument. Yeah, no, I ain't explaining all that. Pop. Layer 4. Esteem. Forgot that there were this many layers. This analogy's kind of falling apart now. Replay the amnesia drill. Now, if you haven't caught on, I've been doing my best to hide the technical parts of the tutorial kind of inside of the peanut butter.
Who wants a tasty carrot with no Benadryl in it?
But that's genuinely all you need to know to use the program. I mean, yeah, you could study all this. The mechanics, the distinguishing characteristics of each type of sound, and there might be some value in learning that. Actually, there's a lot of value in learning that. But I already forgot it all, and I can still make beats like this. Even if my beats are still dookie, I was shit the whole time. So this is not like a change. And I'm never gonna get better unless I keep doing it. And I can't keep doing it if I keep studying. That's kind of what I want to go over in the next beat when... You guys hear that? Doesn't that sound like the fruits of my labor? Surprise! Yes, I followed another tutorial for this 3rd beat, but this one's different. First of all, because I couldn't deny Night Tiger's alluring thumbnail and title. I wanted to learn sound design, and I was a beginner. But you want to know what difference I felt when following this tutorial compared to the beginning of this experiment? I comprehended. I couldn't have followed this, least of all understand it, without all the research and boring videos I watched last week. So shout out to Night Tiger, actually fully sick videos. And this was still like a practice beat to me, okay? It's not like I made a whole song out of it. Like I could be the reason, but you to be fair, this guy requested it. So I guess I came around on tutorials after all. Which takes me to my second point about the song I made. You wanna know why I did that? I had a fucking crack up time making this song. Like, I think you can hear it. I think developing that sort of understanding sort of removes the sort of confusion and how overwhelming a new program can be, which, you know, sort of leaves room in the process for the joy of creation. But I didn't record that, so you guys aren't invited. Still gonna walk you through the beat though. I was really hyper popping my pussy with this one, I'm gonna be honest. Let's deconstruct it layer by layer. What's this? I guess if Windex was a noise. I think it's the slide that really affects this one. What if I do that? Oh dude, that's sourceless. What's this? This is cool. That's the sound, I guess. Oh, wow. Doing some stuff with the noise. Did I even mention this? Fine, you'll figure it out. Nice. Here's the bass. I don't even like it that much, eh? I'm gonna skip over the bass. It's a cool lead. I like the melody a lot on this lead, actually. Excuse the buzzing coming out of it. I don't know what that is. And I don't really have the skill to fix it. Cool up. And then the drums, I'd assume. Nothing new comes in after that. Very basic stuff. I don't think it's that crazy. It's just... Oh yeah, I've got 2 kicks. But isn't it groovy as fuck? Well, the drums together sound like this. Oh, I forgot these. These are my favorite bits. I think there's a joke at the beginning of this video, which by the time you're seeing this may or may not be there. And for that joke, I needed 40k Mechanicus voices. And yeah, during that search, I found dialogue from the game. Let me plead my case. Please, Your Honor, Your Honor. Okay, I don't think you're seeing the vision. That becomes this. And in context sounds like this. That beat, man. So after this week-long experiment, I think I ended up with a good beat. And that's sort of the problem. Because it gave me the satisfaction of knowing that I could make a half-decent beat and I could have fun making it. When, spoiler, I still don't really know how to sound design. Or at least, I'm not very intentional when I'm doing it. So, this video was originally going to be me learning sound design in 30 days. But I couldn't stick to that. And so, if this is all I've managed in 7 days, subscribe to see me master that shit in 30. I got way more videos planned for this year. I hope I get to make them. Anyways, thank you, and sorry for the lame upload schedule in 2025. Subscribe to see if it ever changes.